guys. I'm going on live to talk to you about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is going on, ladies and gentlemen. Um, so I want you guys. I'm just gonna wait till a lot of people coming in, and we discuss what's going on. There's a lot of mass shootings. Looks like daily. But I'm going to talk to you about that, and I also want to talk to you about the Sergeant Joel Scott case. I just posted, videos about the situation, as well as the update on the situation. It happened in Philly overnight, and then another mass shooting in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It is, whew, I'm doing stories after stories on TikTok you wouldn't even believe. But I'm just going to wait for a lot of people to come on in and so we can talk about this because it's just too much. It's really, really too much, people. So I'm just going to be waiting for people to come on in, and then we will talk about mass shootings across America. Why is it like this? And by the way, if you just coming on in, make sure you like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel for news and commentary. Because normally I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff going on. Mostly I'm probably end up being on Information Man's channel sometime as well, being one of the guest speakers there as well. So Lions Den is doing a lot of stuff. So I'm basically what I'm doing is I'm waiting for more people to come on in, and then once I see enough people coming in, then we're gonna talk about what is going on. So make sure you like this live stream, share this live stream, because Lions Den is about to roar on YouTube tonight. This is basically, oh boy, it's just too much stories that I can't even I can't even write down on a piece of paper. That's just how much stories is happening. But yeah, I'm waiting for people to come on in tonight. So I know some of you. I know it's late for some of you because I know some of you guys have to go to work in the morning. I feel you on that. I got it. But I just want to let you guys know updates, stories of what's happening. And I just, again, if you just joined us, I just posted another update on the Sergeant Joel Scott case. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm doing the best I can with her stories. It because she just posted an Instagram story, about her, not Instagram story, but posted another update on Instagram, telling everybody what's going on. That it's gotten worse over there in Fort Hood. So we're just gonna be waiting for more people to come on in. So make sure you like this live stream, share this live stream. It's gonna be a lot of people gonna come in, and we're gonna have this conversation. So hope you guys have a great Sunday night. Again, I know it's already midnight in the East Coast. I think a little bit after 11 in Central, and it's like a little bit 10 here in Mountain and 9 in the West Coast. So I'm just gonna wait for more people to come on in. And again, make sure you like this live stream, share it, please share it, because a lot of stuff the mainstream media is not going to tell you. I'm going to tell you on here. Lions Den, the new black media, will tell you what's going on here. So make sure you like this live stream, share it, tell your friends, your family members, everybody to watch this live stream, because Lions Den is going to talk about a lot of stuff that's going on within the past couple of weeks. And it has to do with a lot of mass shootings that happen here in America. And for countries around the world that's watching me, also like, share it, and basically just if you want to translate what I'm saying, because I know there's some people from other countries, you can basically translate it, in your language of what I'm about to say. Because ladies and gentlemen, this is huge here in America. If you live in, Central America, you live in the UK, Great Britain, Eastern Europe, or Africa, or Asian countries. Yes, watch my videos. Watch YouTube tonight because Lions Den is about to roar on YouTube tonight. And again, like my live stream, share it, subscribe my YouTube channel, and I will give you the news and commentaries that anybody will never talk to you about. Now, with that being said, I see six people just come on in, and hopefully more and more people will come on in a few minutes so we can have this discussion. Because again, I'm just basically tired out of all the stories that's happening right now. A lot of stories. And it's crazy what's going on here in America. It's just really, really crazy right now. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we can go ahead and get started. Because I think we still have five people. We can go ahead and get started. I think more and more people will come on in. But as you may know, we got a lot of mass shootings. If for people that lives in different countries, like in South America, Central America, China, or really Europe, Asia, and Africa. Here in America, we have a lot of mass shootings that happen for the last couple of weeks, and that's not including Memorial Day weekend. And I'm telling you this right now, the latest we have right now, and this is a brand new. I think I broke the story on the situation in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I want you guys to check it out once I finish this live stream. But Chattanooga, Tennessee just had a mass shooting on a Memorial Day weekend. But now they had another mass shooting overnight at a local bar, outside of a bar, which is crazy. Like it's like we having mass shootings almost every day, and it's basically frustrating. And I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is I want people to understand as well that when it comes to mass shootings, it's not. Sometimes you're dealing with lone wolves, but you also deal with multiple people as well. So with that being said, overnight you have two mass shootings that happened. One in Philly and the other in Chattanooga. And on the mainstream media just talked about the Chattanooga situation this morning. So I released the victims of the Philly incident, and for those of you that didn't know what happened in Philadelphia overnight, there's been a mass shooting there that 3 people were confirmed dead and 11 people were injured. So we already released a video of the 3 people that were killed in Philly. And here's what's interesting about this story. Now, when you're dealing with mass shootings, you're dealing only one lone wolf. But this time, there's possibility there's more than one. There's more than one mass shooter at the Philly incident because Philly police has recovered 5 weapons. No, I'm dead. I'm serious, y'all. 5 weapons. They found shell cases like blocks from the South Street Market. So if you live in Philadelphia, for people who live in Philly, you know what I'm talking about. On the South Street Market. Hey, guys! Thank you for tuning in. D Love and Captain P12 salute you, sir. Welcome to my live. If y'all live in Philadelphia, especially when you talk about South Street, it's a South Street district there. That's where you have like I think shopping malls, restaurants, and everybody hangs out there sometimes. But that night, that over the night when you have 3 people dead, it's basically Philly police basically found multiple weapons, which means you dealing not just with a lone wolf. When they find 5 weapons, and this article I found that from Fox 29 in Philly that police recover 5 weapons on the scene, which means that you're not dealing with just one wolf that doing the shooting. You're dealing with multiple people. So you have to understand one thing that when you're dealing with multiple people, that means there's multiple people using those weapons. And it's all started with a fight. It was a fight breakout between one of the victims and the shooters. So you're dealing with three people. This is according to Fox 29 article. So you're dealing with three people in those three people that involved in a fight that's escalated in that shooting. And the rest of the 11 people that were hurt or shot or wounded, they were innocent bystanders. It was just those three people basically was involved in a fight and end up what happened then. They end up shooting and everything. So it's made me crazy of what's happening now. One of the victims who was killed, he was a teacher, he was a professor at a local college there. And then you got a younger sister, a sister there. Basically, we don't know more information about her. But then you got another brother who was killed. He was involved in a boxing thing in Philly. He's involved in the community there. And so far, those are the three victims. Now, another person who was shot multiple times, he's still in critical condition. We're gonna try to see if I'm gonna try to see if I can get more information about that as well. But the thing is that when you have five weapons recovered by Philly police, five, that means there's no lone wolf. That means there's multiple people use those weapons. And I just released a video on right here on YouTube about the incident happened in Philly when people ran away. And this is one of the TikTok videos that I found that I posted on right here on YouTube. So it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. As far as the suspects in the Philly incident, of course, Philly police has still said that the suspect is still on the loose at the moment. They're on the run, and police is still looking for them. But so we really don't know who the suspect is, because I know one of the people in the comment section asked, did they know who the suspects were? Unfortunately, Philly PD is still under investigation of that incident, and as far as I know, that the suspect is still at large. He's still out there. So Philly police is looking for him right now. So it's crazy in Philly right now, y'all. It's really, really crazy. Another story that I just did, and I also want you guys to check out as well, is Sergeant Jewel Scott. Now, for those of you that don't know who Sergeant Jewel Scott is, I did some stories about her. And I'm gonna tell you like this: that really, I did some stories about Sergeant Jewel Scott. She's a woman, a black woman that was, been harassed by the U.S. Army in Fort Hood, Texas. Now, I just released a video of of what she said on Instagram, just the latest Instagram that she basically posted. And she basically, and I'm just paraphrasing what she was saying, but she reported to commanders that she's been harassed, she's been followed all the time, whatever. And basically now what is happening is that someone broke into her room, her barracks. Someone broke into her. I think she said someone broke into it 5 times, and they knew that it's been issues, but they didn't do anything about it. So her life is in serious danger right now. And there's been reports about Sergeant Jewel Scott that she's been arrested by military. She's been arrested by military police. She's been detained by military police. Obviously, I think she's with a male friend of hers, and she just got back to eat. She got back from to the back to the base, and she was basically got with her male friend. Unfortunately, military police followed her throughout, and there's been reports that said she was AWOL. And that was a video before I even posted that video about her, that she was AWOL, and which of course she said that's not true. She never been AWOL. The U.S. Army cut her pay, and so now she's living in fear. She basically scared because they broke into her room, to her apartment, in Fort Hood, Texas, about 5 times. That's according to her new Instagram. And which y'all need to check out. Her Instagram is Jew.baby. That's Sergeant Jewel Scott's Instagram. You can check it out, and she'll give you updates. But what's really troubling, people, is that she did a new Instagram stories. She even said that her attorneys limited what she was really saying and what's going on, because you could tell she got her an attorney now. So they limit for what she's saying about what happened. But she did say that U.S. military did cut off her pay. They're accusing her of being AWOL, which isn't true, and obviously now she's living in fear, and she want us. In other words, she said, "Thank you for your support, prayers with this entire situation." So again, I'm gonna do more information about it. If there's a new update about the Sergeant Jewel Scott situation, I will definitely post it on TikTok and post it right here on YouTube. There's the latest, but y'all, Sergeant Jewel Scott, she's fearing for her life. She's really scared right now. Um, So the thing of it is that Captain PY2 said he lives in 30 minutes outside of Fort Hood, Texas. You can stay with she can stay with him for a while. But yeah, this is basically a situation right now that she is fearing for her life. This situation reminds you what happened, Private First Class Lavinia Johnson. Now remember that story where she was served in Iraq, and basically they claim, the U.S. military, the U.S. Army claims that she committed suicide, which turns out that she didn't commit suicide. It was a murder. They saying that she had that M16 put into her mouth, and reports that that's not the case. That they found a bullet hole on her right side of her head, and with a 45 caliber handgun. But turns out that it would go way up. So this is, to me, showing you that history is repeating itself. That especially black women that serves in the military, they are in fear of their lives. And my biggest worry about Sergeant Jewel Scott is that she's not safe going on a military base anymore. So with that being said, with her, it's scary, and she couldn't even leave the base with her friend just to go out to dinner. This is ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. So we're gonna basically, hopefully, that someone will be with her at all times. But there's been reports that I even seen videos. I think I posted a video about it as well. That someone knocking her door unannounced. That someone break into her place 5 times. So she's not safe in that military base at all. So yeah, I want you guys to check that out. Check it out. I see 5 more people coming in. Thank you for tuning in on my YouTube live in such short notice about mass shootings that happened over the weekend. And then you have mass shootings during Memorial Day weekend. I think the biggest mass shooting, in my opinion, was the one in Chicago. Now, Chicago, there's no surprise that they have mass shootings every Memorial Day weekend. Some say reports that like 40 people been shot. I think 14 people killed. I'm trying to do more information about the Chicago one as well. But Memorial Day weekend's been busy in multiple cities here in America when it comes to mass shootings. So y'all, it is really crazy. But the latest one that I posted is the one in Chattanooga, Tennessee, when 3 people were confirmed dead and 14 were wounded outside of a bar. And I know a lot of people are going to look at this, and I know these politicians. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, that these politicians are going to say my thoughts and prayers, but then they're going to try to say, well, we need to do something with the guns. We need to run, try to get a gun reform. Let's be realistic, ladies and gentlemen. We all know they're not going. These politicians are not going to do a damn thing about this. They're not going to do anything. You want to know why they're not going to do anything? Because of the NRA, the National Rifle Association. They're the most powerful lobbyists in the country, and they spending millions on our politicians right now. Why do you think there's no gun reform or no gun legislation on the congressional floor right now? So they can basically they can talk a good game, but let's be realistic. They're not going to do anything about that. They're not. Because basically you dealing with the one of the most powerful lobbyists. Some of the politicians you can Senator I'm trying to think of one of the senators' names, but they gave one of the senators $1 million, and this is from taken from the NRA. I don't know if it's Mitch McConnell or if it's I forgot what senator's name, but anyway, one of the senators has the NRA paid one of the senators I think $1 million, just not to even talk about gun reform, not even talking about putting gun restrictions on the Senate floor. So basically, there's a lot they can talk about my thoughts and prayers and everything else, but realistically, there's nothing to be done. There's nothing to be done. I agree, Captain PY2, that this summer is going to get hotter and it's going to get worse. And I'm telling you right now, summer hasn't even been started yet. Honestly, that we already have holidays coming up, which is, of course, Juneteenth, which is 2 weeks away. And then you got the 4th of July holiday weekend. So we don't even know what's going to happen with those incidents. But y'all, it is crazy. And at the end of the day, we've been dealing with mass shootings. I've been doing stories after stories after stories on TikTok. I'm telling you, I'm probably end up tiring for a while with these stories, but this I gotta inform you guys because the mainstream media will put its and pieces of these stories that you guys don't know anything about, and that's why you have the new black media on here. You have the new black media on this. So when you got the new black media, ladies and gentlemen, you have people like Tyrion Reigns, Seji Hito, Lisa Cabrera, the True War family. You got the Professor Black Truth. You got all the of course the Queen Ramadan Shakur. We got all of us, Information Man, myself, all of us who's in the new black media is speaking the truth to you guys. That the mainstream media don't want you guys information. They don't want you guys to come out. See, they should have talked about the Sergeant Jules Scott situation in Fort Hood, Texas. You see the mainstream media is silent about that. They're not going to even discuss that at all. And it took, and shouts out to Indisputable which is like a channel on the Young Turks. The Young Turks really produced that channel, Indisputable. But he was talking about it. I was still talking about the Sergeant Jules Scott situation because it's still on social media, and the mainstream media didn't even bring that story up. And that is my concern, people, that if you have a young lady who is serving the military, and obviously she don't feel comfortable in staying in a military barracks, that her life is in danger, that military police following her 24/7 like she's a criminal, that's scary. Captain PY2 said, I'm strapped up and taking my Thai kickboxing. I suggest black folks get better prepared. Yeah, I agree, Captain PY2. I really agree. I mean, I think we as black people, we need to be basically go to gun ranges, learn how to shoot, take karate, MMA classes, because again, you never know what's about to pop off. You don't know what's about to pop off. You never know. At the end of the day, you have so much stuff going on, and all these mass shootings that's happening. You know, that's happening across the United States. It was so bad, I can't even keep up the stories that's going on now. It was that bad. And then, I mean, the thing is that we already talking about the situation in Uvalde, Texas, in Buffalo, New York, and now you have a lot of mass shootings. They just talked about. I mean, they just brought the stories out, and I'm telling you, this is basically we have to basically be aware. We have to be vigilant at all times because you never know what will happen next. There's been events, and especially on Juneteenth. Now, yes, President Joe Biden passed the Juneteenth holiday last year, and which means there's going to be more Juneteenth events all across America, and we need to be prepared. We need to be prepared for that because the thing of it is that you never know who's going to be popping off with that. I'm just saying. Now, make sure you like this live stream, share this live stream. Make sure you subscribe my YouTube channel. I'm gonna do a lot of news and commentary. I'll probably do some live streams periodically as well, and tell you about everything that's about to happen. But yeah, this is really, we basically need to be staying prepared. We need to go to buy guns, stay strapped. Go to gun ranges. Take your neighbors. Let's go gun ranges instead of buying Jordans and whatever. We definitely need to be prepare ourselves because again, you never know what's going to happen. And I know some of the people, here in America, a lot of people here in the United States, mostly Black Americans, is considering. I'm not saying all that considering, but some are considering leaving the United States because it's not safe here as a Black American. As some are FBA, some are American freemen. They're not safe here, but a lot of us are still staying because we built this country top to bottom, and we still fighting. So, we have to basically, we need to really, we need to protect each other, watch each other's back, especially in the Black community. We need to protect ourselves because again, we're sitting ducks. And I remember in the manifesto, of the Buffalo shooter, he did say this, and he did not really basically ain't gonna reveal who the organization is, but he did say there's an organization that basically that the organization is in the millions, and these groups are in the thousands. That's what he said in his manifesto. I even did a podcast about that. That on his manifesto, he even warned that there are groups are in the thousands and their organizations are in the millions, which means that you could have white supremacists as police officers, which we already know that because remember the FBI issued warning in 2006 that the white supremacists infiltrating police departments across this country. So you're dealing with police officers, you're dealing with lawyers, judges, even stewardess, even pilots on the airport could be one of the people that's joining this organization. It could be even your congressmen or your senators could be in this organization. So we really need to be very vigilant, be very careful of who we dealing with. Now, I've been noticing ever since I'm doing stories on YouTube, which is very controversial to some. But I was doing stories, and I know some white supremacists basically will come to our channels and try to troll our channels and make their presence known. But I made a promise that this will never happen on this channel because, like I told you in my previous videos, that any white supremacists disrespect my channels, and now I got a lot of I got a lot of people on here that basically who's who's really watching it 24/7. Like a shout out to everybody who has a wrench, who's my moderators, and they also, if you see any white supremacists or anybody you don't even know, make some noise. You know what to do. You put them on timeout. If it continues, get rid of them. Oh, let me go ahead and I'm sorry. So you just got your wrench, Robin. You just got your wrench. You just got one. Sorry about that. I can't believe it. I didn't give my wife a wrench. That's embarrassing. That is a shame. But she got a wrench now. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that on some real though, we gotta watch each other's backs. We basically we don't. It's like John Henry Clark always says: we have no friends. And that's true. Nobody is gonna help us. Nobody's gonna get. I mean, when it comes to, if we're in trouble, nobody's helping us to defend us and nothing like that. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the mass shootings is going to get worse in the summer, and the summer's not even started yet. Like I said, be aware if you go to a Juneteenth event, always stay vigilant. Always be alert if something pops off, because if it happens on Memorial Day weekend, if it continues to happen on weekends now, it's gonna continue to happen. I did a story in South Carolina about a man who's been charged of just shooting at cars just because, and he killed an 8-year old black boy. Um, it's really sad that you have stories like this, but again, this isn't over. You have people like this out there, and I'm not saying there's gonna be some copycats. There are some copycats, but here's the thing is that all the time, if you decided to go on a Juneteenth or go on a Juneteenth festival, make sure you have something on you at all times. We are basically, nobody's not going to help us but us. So just keep in mind, people, that make sure you protect yourself at all times. Protect yourselves. So with that being said, do you have any questions you would like to ask me? Um, I would like to answer any of these questions the best way I can. It's important for a lot of you guys to know what's up, because we don't want you guys to be left out. If it's more information, of the news story that happened, I will gladly give it to you. So if there's any questions you would like to ask, now is the time to ask me. I would glad answer these questions. Captain PY2 asked me, am I illegal? Am I illegal to carry? Here in New Mexico, one good thing is that here in New Mexico, the laws here, if you can get a gun without a license here in New Mexico. So it's like with basically you have lack of gun laws. With me, I'm going to be strapped. I'm going to be a licensed to carry gun owner. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to be strapped because you never know what will about to pop off. I would definitely go into a gun range. So yes, I'm going to be definitely be strapped pretty soon. I'm trying to see if I can find some weapons as we speak, and so that the state of New Mexico can register my guns, and I'll be a licensed gun owner soon. So the answer to that is yes, I will be a licensed gun owner pretty soon. So is there any other questions y'all can ask me? Because like I said, we'll have, like, it's like a family dinner, a family meeting. We can ask about any news, any situation that's went down, stories that went down. Um, so yes, basically, my wife Robin, says that we can carry legal without a license in Tennessee. And yes, I am planning on moving back to Tennessee because I'm leaving New Mexico. A lot of stuff went down I don't like, but I will move back to Tennessee sooner than later. Captain PYT said I have a Marine buddy that lives in your state. Captain PYT, I'll tell you what, leave an information. I believe, do I have an inbox? Yeah, okay, I'll email you. Well, I'll give you my email address. You leave the information here, so we can talk about what we can talk about. Um, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, um, let me tell you a story of New Mexico. What's going on here? We hardly have black people here. Let's just keep it real. New Mexico, especially in Albuquerque, where I am right now, this is Albuquerque is 73% white. Um, so yeah, he's 70. I mean, so basically, Albuquerque is 73% white and 2.5% black here. I'm not joking. This according to the Census Bureau. They just released it. That Albuquerque is 73% white. And if you think about the white Hispanic, it's, okay, Captain PYT said I don't have his address though. Well, if you talk, Captain PY2, if you talk to the brother, and then just give the information to me, and I definitely will talk with them if you get if any information at all. Let's see. With that being said, I think that when it comes to Albuquerque, it's, I mean, you see morely white Hispanics, and basically we don't. I mean, we only see white. We only see white and white. When it comes to white Hispanics here, they identify themselves as white. That is a problem. You see Native Americans here in New Mexico. Native Americans have their own land over here. It's called the Navajo Nation. Navajo Nation is the western part of New Mexico. When you have all these mountains, I think it's like right way behind the Sandia Mountains. You go way past that. That is the Navajo Nation. That's where the Navajo Indians are. That's where their own lands is. And I believe you cannot enter the land unless the head of the person knows about it. So they are very strict in the Navajo Nation. But the state of New Mexico alone is 75% white. It's true. The state of New Mexico alone is 75% white and only 2% black. Excuse me. 2.5% black actually. So, where I live at right now, the neighborhood that I'm neighborhood that I'm living at right now is it's predominantly white. It's this area called Nob Hill. Nob Hill is one of the most nicest. Now, I'm just gonna tell you guys this nicest neighborhood in Albuquerque. I think 4 or 5 blocks down is the University of New Mexico. So with the University of New Mexico campus, so you think about it, you only see is white Hispanic, or Native American that live in this state. So you hardly even see blacks there. And the only blacks you can see, however, lives in a place called Rio Rancho. Rio Rancho is like 10 minutes outside of Albuquerque. So you basically you gonna see all black people. And I noticed that like when you go to concerts, I think one time, I think it was like a month ago. Yeah, it was like a month ago. Keith Sweat. I'm just changing the subject, off topic. Keith Sweat and them basically, performed in Rio Rancho, and that's where all the blacks live. A lot of people don't. I don't think a lot of people notice about Keith Sweat and R&B. If you're an older person like myself, we know who Keith Sweat is. But the generation that's in now, they don't know who Keith Sweat is. So, but then you have other concerts like Nelly's coming. You got like Chris Brown coming in August. So you got people coming here in Albuquerque. And some of the people that I know is why they want to come in Albuquerque. And it's just hardly blacks living here, which is true. So it's crazy, ladies and gentlemen, that um and I'm gonna tell you a true story. For example, and this is why I'm just gonna call the city out about this. If we had a reggae fest last month, right? We had a reggae fest last month. Now in the back of my mind, and all you people, all you black people that knows about reggae fest, that when you have a reggae fest, you got a lot of blacks, coming in, whether you from the Caribbean, whether you from you FBA or American Freeman, and people celebrating, you playing reggae music and everything else. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, don't you know I was the first, really the first melanated man there, because you see you see really a Hispanic band, you see a Hispanic DJ. I mean, it's okay if you have a Hispanic DJ playing reggae music every now and then, but when you have a Hispanic band and playing Spanish music, this is supposed to be a reggae fest here in Albuquerque. I hardly see no blacks there, none. And I don't know if they don't know about the reggae fest, or I mean, their promotion is not black. There's probably white, like you're doing the Juneteenth events. But it's funny that you have a reggae fest, but there's no melanated people there. Not at all. I'm the only person there. And I was tripping because I was like, whoa, this is supposed to be a reggae fest. And they not hardly playing reggae. I stayed about an hour or so. When I see more, more whites and more white Hispanics coming in there, I decided to leave. I don't really don't feel comfortable. This is why I said that when it comes here in Albuquerque, you have a predominantly white in the state, and then we have white Hispanics. They identify themselves as white, so you don't really know if it's like really like a white, a really original white person, or a white person who claims to be a Hispanic origin. That's what's going on here in New Mexico and Albuquerque. Now Santa Fe, I heard, is worse than Albuquerque. That there's, I think Santa Fe, I believe, is 76% white over there. That's in Santa Fe. So yeah, I mean, the thing of it is that yeah, Albuquerque is, and when it comes to the homeless population, I'm telling you, I've been living in Albuquerque. Yeah, because I really didn't. Yeah, Captain PY too. I really wasn't feeling comfortable, dude. I really wasn't feeling comfortable in staying there. I say about an hour, or so I left. I left because there's no melanated people there. They have a Hispanic band. They have a Hispanic DJ. They have mostly whites or white Hispanics at the reggae fest. And I was like, this is not a reggae fest. And I know a lot of black people on there. We know what a reggae fest is. We have a lot of melanated, whether from the islands, playing all these reggae music and all of that. And then, and I just shook my head. I was like, wow, dude. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. So the majority melanated or black people here in Albuquerque is like, again, called Rio Rancho, was suburban part of Albuquerque. Against 10, it's 10 miles outside of Albuquerque. That's the only time you see like morely black people. You can see hardly black people here in Albuquerque alone. You see blacks every now and then, but basically you don't see like the majority of blacks coming in. It's not even like that here. So with these events now, I don't go on these events. Here in Albuquerque, I normally go on these events, but I've been traveling a lot with Robin. Robin's my wife, by the way. She and we've been traveling a lot, cruising a lot, and we hardly don't even go on events here in Albuquerque. But only one event was the Reggae Fest. That was one of the. I think another event was a Juneteenth event, which was last year, and I'm going to another Juneteenth event this year. But yeah, that's the only two events that my wife went to. My wife and I went to together, which was the Juneteenth last year, and this Reggae Fest that I went to about a month ago. The good thing about the Juneteenth last year was you seen black people showed up then. You see a lot of black people at that Juneteenth event in Albuquerque last year. And Captain PYT said I play reggae music but wouldn't be around cave folks. I feel you, brother. But but yeah, this is basically the first time that I've been to any event that Albuquerque was producing. Because when you think about Reggae Fest, you think in the back of my mind, okay, it's gonna be black people there. They're playing reggae music. They're playing a lot of reggae music that we know, Sean Paul, Buju Banton, all others. But when I got there, it wasn't hardly even not. It was hardly even black people there. And that's what I was saying about here in Albuquerque. Sometimes they put in false advertisement to see if who's going to show up or not. And that's, I mean, when I was there, I was doing news and commentary there as well on TikTok and posting on YouTube. But I see a lot of Hispanics. I mean, you wouldn't believe how many people were there at that Reggae Fest. You see a lot of Hispanics. You see a lot of whites coming in, and I'm the only melanated person, only black person was at that event. So I was it was really a complete waste of time. I waited about an hour and then seeing more people coming in, like blacks coming in. I don't see hardly nobody. So I decided to left that Reggae Fest. I decided to left it because it's to me it's not a Reggae Fest. And then some of the band that played, they played some Spanish songs as well in Spanish, and I was just like, no, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Make sure you like this live stream, share this live stream. I'm gonna do a lot of live stream periodically, people, and because a lot of stuff is going on. But you know next I'm thinking 2 weeks, which is going to be Juneteenth. I am going to go on the event, which was this Saturday, so I'm going to be on the Juneteenth event. I might just basically I might just basically even live stream the event myself on Juneteenth. We'll wait and see what they're gonna do. But last year in Albuquerque, on Juneteenth here, it was lit. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I enjoyed myself last year. Hope they do the same thing this year. Much hopefully they will. But yeah, is there any other questions you can ask me? Like I said, probably end up, you know, really like this is it's shocking. I mean, I've been here in New Mexico for 3 years now, and obviously, you only like I say, majority you see New Mexican. You only see like Mexican Americans or Navajo Indians and whites. You hardly see black people in this area. Seriously, I've been seeing homeless people here. In fact, I tweeted the mayor of Albuquerque, asking him, what are you going to do with all this homeless people here? I haven't heard any responses from the mayor or none of his staff. Go figure, right? But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like here. I know it's about Chicago. I know about New York, D.C., Florida, but New Mexico is got different cultures here. Yesterday they had a low rider event when you show up the low rider cars and everything else. I saw it, but I didn't get a chance to even go there. I didn't want. I didn't even know they had an event like that until when I was on my way to work, and it was right over there. But other than that, it was crazy. Like 2 years ago, I saw an event. I mean, it was like one of them booths. It's like right beside. It's not that far from where I work at, and I saw the Confederate flags. They had all these flags up there. Hey Keith, what's good, brother? Welcome to my live. And no problem, Keith. I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. That's not gonna change. I'm gonna keep updating you guys of all the stuff that's happening with the black community, with all the mass shootings that's going on. You guys, because I'm telling you, the mainstream media ain't going. They're not gonna report what we're reporting, what the Queen Amadon Shakur reporting, what the True War family reporting, what Lisa Cabrera, Information Man, Tarian Rain, Seiji Hito, myself. We're not going to. They're not going to report what we're reporting, and and like I said, I will continue doing that. But yeah, but like I said, like next, I think the week after next, which is going to be Juneteenth, I will attend an event right here in Albuquerque, and I might just live stream the entire event. I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it. But yeah, it's funny that you know, here in Albuquerque, it's 2.5% blacks living here. And I'm telling you, like, it's 2.5 blacks here in Albuquerque alone, whereas 73% white in Albuquerque, 74% white in Santa Fe. And basically that's in the Census Bureau. This is not just me just saying it. It's in the Census Bureau. But I'm just saying like this, that we as a people really if we ever go on any events, we definitely need to be prepared for ourselves. And I am going on. Like I said, I told you earlier, and for you guys just joining, I'm going to be a registered gun owner real soon. Hopefully sooner than later. So I'm gonna be, no matter what happens, I'm gonna be ready to go. And I'm telling you right now that if we do go in any events, we definitely need to be strapped. Now, the thing of it is that when it comes, I mean, like with me, I have to basically, I mean, this is what's so scary about Albuquerque alone. I've been walking, because when I work when I go home in the mornings, and I don't get off till well, I don't get off till like 4:30 in the morning, but um, when you walk in Albuquerque, you see more homeless people here than anything, and you see Mexican. I mean, you see basically people getting drunk or whatever, and it's just so much white privilege here in Albuquerque. It's ridiculous. Some of the stuff that they can get away with, we as black people can't get away with. Like for example, I saw when I was headed home, a white person missed the bus. So the bus driver was driving by, and this white guy literally kicked the bus. I mean, literally kicked it, like pounded the bus or whatever out of frustration. Let us, you and I, do the same thing and see what happens. I'm just saying. But but yeah. Anyway, guys, make sure you like this live stream, share this live stream, because again, I'm probably end up get ready to get out of here pretty soon. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask me a question. Dealing with stories or dealing with anything that's going on, you can ask me questions and I will gladly answer it for you. Um, exactly. He said interestingly we would have our heads being busted if that was us. Exactly. And I see another incident, and that's when I had a ride bus home. That Hispanic, he could tell this Hispanic guy was sick as I don't know what. So he was throwing up, and this is when I sit right across. When you get on a bus, any buses, there's seats right across from each other. So I was sitting down. He just got on the bus, right? So he threw up a seat right across from me, literally throwing up, and the bus driver still driving. He didn't even stop or anything and ask, "Y'all, are you okay?" Blah 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 blah. And you see incidents that white people are getting angry, ready to fight, and all of that, and then kicking buses in. So it's crazy. It's crazy. That's why we as black people. I mean, especially here, if you live in Albuquerque like me, we need to be ourselves because we're the 2% of the population here. So it's basically frustrating, and And I'm telling you like this is really crazy, and that's why I said that we just gotta we gotta stay vigilant. We just gotta stay vigilant. Be aware of some surroundings because people out here are crazy. They're really crazy right now. So yeah. So if there are any questions, you can ask. I'll probably take a few more minutes and then I'm probably get out of here. But I'm just wanted to let you know the situation um, about everything. You know, K-pop, which is a South Korean. For those of you that don't know who K-pop is, K-pop is a South Korean group. It's just come out, and I'm gonna tell you like this: they're in the White House when President Biden talked about the anti-Asian hate bill and everything else. But you notice they refuse to even discuss the anti-black hate bill. Not at all. I just shook my head. That's like, okay. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. But is there any other questions that you can ask me? It's because like, again, there's a lot of other stuff that's going on in the world, and I just want to let you guys know what's happening. So I will gladly answer so many questions you want to ask. But yeah, like I said, here in New Mexico, we're are the blacks here are the 2% of the population, and in the area that majority black people live is Rio Rancho, and I'm probably end up checking that place sometime, probably like next week. Keith says strong facts. I live in Pittsburgh, and believe me, black people are a very small group up there. Yeah. Um. Okay. D Love asks, do you know about the mass shooting tonight in North Carolina? No. No. D Love, I didn't. But I'm gonna check out the story. So here's the thing with mass shootings. This is why I said that and I'm D Love. Thank you for even bringing that story up, because I've been noticing some mass shootings that happen daily, which basically means that it could be sleeper cells. And I'm gonna tell you what sleeper cells is for those of you um, that don't know what sleeper cells are. And I think for people in the military, you probably know what sleeper cells. It's like when you have a Islamic terrorist that has sleeper cells and is waiting to strike or attack cities and states across this country. Excuse me. This is what mass shooters do. They sometimes you see copycats, but sometimes there are some sleeper cells that's going around waiting to strike at places, softer targets you don't know nothing about. And it could be your neighbor, it could be your teacher, the grocery store, you work in the grocery store. Anybody have a normal life, but then when someone, gives a green light, bam, mass shooting happen. So yeah, this also we have to be aware of that as well. We do. So, D Love, thank you for that. I didn't even know about this latest mass shooter that happened in North Carolina. I am definitely going to check that out. I would definitely will check this story out and do some research on the story. Then I'll probably do a TikTok video on that and upload it on YouTube. But D Love, appreciate you bringing up the North Carolina one because this is the first time I've heard about that one. But yeah. So I would definitely check out the North Carolina incident and find out what's happening with that. So is there any other questions, you guys? Any other questions you want to talk about before I get up out of here? Because I think it's really 60 minutes, and I appreciate you guys tuning in, coming in. Make sure you like make sure you like my live stream. Make sure you subscribe my YouTube channel for those of you just joining in or tuning in. Um, D Love say I think it's sleeper cells. It's definitely if what you said is true about the North Carolina incident, this is definitely possibly sleeper cells happening across America. And And like I told you, it could be an ordinary person automatically give the go ahead, snap, and start doing what they handling their business, and it'll be all over the mainstream media. You notice that every mass shooter basically happened in grocery stores, in shopping malls, even sometimes in bus stops. So I told y'all when we go out, Keith, I appreciate you, brother. Come on in anytime. But it makes perfect sense on why our mass shootings happen across this country. Because I mean, you see mass shootings happen every now and then, but not every week or every day. These incidents are happening every week or every day now, and some of them aren't reported in the mainstream media. We in the social media have to report this so that you guys be aware of what's going on. But the mainstream media ain't even reported on some incidents that happening. You know, and we definitely need to be aware of that. That it possibly sleeper cells is going on. D Love asked, "Did you see the manifesto from the character in the Buffalo?" Yeah, I mean, I just talked about that earlier today. I read it myself. Um, I mean, basically, I read that manifesto myself. I even did a podcast about it, and believe me, they said that there's an organization, and ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to check out the manifesto if you can. Um, Basically, there is the Buffalo shooter just said in his manifesto that there's an organization that's in the millions, and there's groups like the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys, um, the KKK, the neo-Nazi skinheads, all white nationalists, all right, are in the thousands. They're in the thousands. But see, the thing of it is, he not gonna reveal who those groups are, but they're out there. And the thing of it is that he wouldn't have said that if it isn't true. Let's just put it like that. But yeah, this is an organization out there that's in the millions. That's not including doctors, lawyers, and be careful with these doctors because you remember the medical apartheid. Remember that. That's why I knew that what that guy said. He's basically telling the truth on that one. And basically, you got doctors, lawyers, scientists. You got congressmen, senators, police chiefs, mayors, governors are in those organizations that this guy is talking about. That basically that we need to also be aware of. So yeah, I saw the manifesto myself, and I did the podcast myself. Um, so again, like I said, really, we all need to be vigilant. We all need to be aware of what's going on, even the criminal justice system, because you notice that the criminal justice system, some of them who are lawyers, judges, they're part of the organization that the guy that the Buffalo shooter was talking about. They're all in that manifesto. So yes, this is totally not a surprise at all, and it shows you that we have to be vigilant, and we have to be staying. If you have a weapon, we have to stay strapped throughout because you never know what will happen if you go out those doors. You know, it's crazy. I'm, but okay. My wife said it's like that I'm slow. I agree with my wife. The doctors don't know what the fuck they talking. Excuse my language. Sorry, the doctors don't know what they talking about that have a low IQ. They don't know what they talking about because I know more stuff than they know. They've had college degrees, but anyway, whatever. But anywho, but this is what's happening. This is why the mainstream. This is why they don't tell you stuff. And you notice that the mainstream media did not even say about the groups that the Buffalo shooter was talking about when it comes to the organization in the millions and these hate groups are in the thousands. The media The mainstream media didn't even put that out there on their news organizations or their news platforms at all. They put some excerpts on it, but not the entire manifesto. And yes, even though it's 180 pages of that manifesto, whether you read the first five on why he did what he did, it makes a whole lot of sense. For example, when he posted that manifesto, he said that the reason why this is happening, that the birth rate in their white nation, or really in the white race, is decreasing. They're not making babies at all. So this is, you notice that all the people out making babies and everything else. Why do you think all these white supremacists say, okay, they want to keep in power? White supremacists is want to be keeping in power. That's what it's all about, power, man. And they want to remain whole in power as much as they can. And they know, you see, all the melanated people are starting on the rise. You see immigrants coming to this country on the rise. And that's mainly the reason why the white supremacists, seeing that the whites are decreasing or not making babies and anything like that. So this is mainly the reason why he and others like him are making these attacks. So this is, the manifesto is straight up interesting. It's 180 pages. If you ever go and try to find the manifesto, you can Google it. It's all there. Even though it's 180 page long, but the first 10 pages alone will explain to you why he did what he did. And that's mainly the reason why that he isn't alone. And again, when you have an organization that's in the millions and groups are in the thousands, this is mainly the reason why this is mainly the reason why you have to really think and say, well, wait a minute now. Black people definitely need to be vigilant now. Captain PY2 asks, did you hear about Afro? I'm not surprised either. This is what I'm saying. Even Afro Latinos are also said they claim to be white. You notice that white Hispanics and black Afro Latinos wanted to be white, and this is mainly the reason why you see a lot of percentages of 73, 74% white in some states. Well, I think New Mexico is one, I think Arizona is the other, and Nevada is the other. But you see all these things are happening. And so this is why I felt that basically when you see a lot of people, see white supremacists are angry, and then you think about the January 6th and all of that, and it's all that's on that manifesto. And why you see the January 6th riots happening, because basically the whites are decreasing, their birth rates are decreasing, and basically they had enough. They pissed. So they basically rage havoc on anybody, because the minorities are going to be the majority in about 2050. So now you have the whites are not happy. You got the people like the Buffalo shooter ain't happy about all of this. So they try to send a statement and say we're still in control, even though we're not the majority. We're still in control. So that's all I'm gonna say about that part. I mean what he said is not a surprise about that. But yeah, this is mainly the reason why we as black people need to be very vigilant. We need to stay, because again, you have a lot of people that in a society like this, they're gonna believe what they want to believe. What make it even sad that at least with us, with woke blacks, we turn to new black media like myself. I want you to continue doing that. But you got people in the new black media is speaking things that the mainstream media is talking about, and you notice that when we posted news on YouTube and other social media platforms, the mainstream media is watching it. They're seeing what we posted out there. They're seeing it. They're not surprised by it. So when you have people in the mainstream media, posting news, they're seeing. I think one time, and shouts out to Lisa Cabrera. I think she had a story out, and I think one mainstream media saw her story. Don't you know? I don't know if it's the next day or 2 days later, they posted the same story Lisa Cabrera was talking about. So basically, they're watching what we posted out there. So yeah, they're basically, they are really watching what we're posted, and because they know they basically needed the content. They need because they really, a lot of people aren't watching the mainstream media anymore. Let's just keep it real. They're not watching ABC, CBS, MSNBC, Fox. Oh, definitely Fox, not Fox News. But they're not watching them anymore because they're not putting factual information that the public wanted to hear. They put its and pieces of it, but not not the way they want it. So it's crazy. It's just basically crazy. Like that is crazy. So yeah, this is why I said that it's important for you guys to stay tuned. Keep informed of what I'm talking about, what Information Man is talking about, the True War family, Lisa Cabrera, Seiji Hito, Turian Reigns. We basically know the facts of the stories we're talking about, and the mainstream media, local media will look at our stories and bam, it's on the next story out. They talking about the stories that we just talked about, but it's just crazy. It is literally crazy. But anyway, guys, this is why it's important for people to understand that we have to be vigilant. We have to basically learn how to protect ourselves by any means necessary. And I'm gonna tell you like this, that the mass shootings that happen right now is gonna continue to happen. I'm just letting you know that. And summer hasn't even started yet. The summer, summer I believe starts after the Juneteenth weekend. I think that's when the first day of summer. I believe it's on that Tuesday after Juneteenth weekend. But yeah, the summer's not even started yet, and already mass shootings happen across this country. So, ladies and gentlemen, if because I know Juneteenth is 2 weeks away. Um, if you decide to go out on Juneteenth, please be careful. Please be vigilant at all times, because these white supremacists are running wild right now. They are running wild. But just stay safe. Just be careful. And and the thing of it is that, if it happens there, it happens as well. Um, you know what? Y'all talking about Ann Coulter. This is what's so funny about Ann Coulter. We all saw. I think believe was it a local political show she was on, and she was talking about reparations for only black people. But then the one who's liberal said no, no, no. But it's so funny that Ann Coulter don't usually be like that. She used to talk. She used to be a feminist, Republican feminist, and then all of a sudden she's talking about reparations. And that's true. She used to date Jimmy Walker. Yeah, J.J. Evans from Good Time, Dynamite guy, the Dynamite. She used to date him. I don't know if she still date him or not, but she used to date him, and oh boy, but it was so crazy. Like, Ann Coulter talking about reparations, and this is for the founders the founders of Black Americans, and that's crazy. Like, this is basically showing you that I just this is crazy. Like, because we as a content creator, I'm keep it real. There's some things that we should have said, and we should say, we shouldn't say. Okay, so April 20. Okay, so they still date. Okay, yeah, they've been dating for a long time. I've been noticing that Jimmy Walker and Ann Coulter have been dating for a long time. I didn't even know they still dating now. But they was dating back in the days, but I didn't know they were still together. But anyway, yeah, like I said, when Ann Coulter said what she said about reparations only for black people, and that's like a political program, and they try to put like black and brown, blah blah blah, and like no, it's for black people, you know. But realistically, guys, I'm telling you guys, this is how funny this is. Like, when you think about, I think that the reparations thing, when it comes to California, we definitely need to be aware that, you know, these politicians and Jim Clyburn can play crazy all he wants to, but Jim Clyburn may lose his seat in the primaries because everybody's starting to see what Jim Clyburn is really about. And when it comes to reparations, no politician. You notice that they didn't talk about HR 40 lately. You notice that, right? They haven't even talked about HR 40 or none of that. But this is the time now that I think now is the time that we as a people need to continue to, I believe that we has to grow as a community, and we have to watch each other's backs as a community because, you know, we ain't got time for no division because there's too many division in our communities right now. It's been the communities, we've been divided between black men and black women. We've been noticing on social media that is what's happening, and now is not the time for that because, again, at the end of the day, we're basically family, basically targets. Now, there's a story I would like to bring up. Remember the girl that was shot 5 times in Kansas City? Now, the white this is why I said people are watching, especially from the other side. All right, people are watching my videos too. But it turns out that she did had a gun. It turns out that she wasn't pregnant at all. Cause me along with others, so we just following breaking news that a pregnant woman was shot 5 times by Kansas City police, and she was unarmed. But it turns out the prosecutor has released a picture of one of the officers' body cam videos showing that she had a gun and she ran away from the police. Okay, Richard Goodson, talking about if I were okay, if you were in a stupid, please get rid of him. One of our moderators, get rid of him. Get rid of Richard Goodson. He's basically disrespecting me right now. Just get rid of him. Thank you. Anyway, so again, so at the end of the day, like I said, you know, we need to come together. But you notice that when basically talk about, oh, she had a gun, but other incidents that they never talk about a 12-year-old black boy in Chicago who was shot by Chicago police. He was unarmed, and nobody ain't talk about that, or nobody ain't make go, but now all of a sudden she had a gun. But really, the thing of it is, when I did the story, I had no idea that she had a gun until I saw the story from the Kansas City Star. But then you had these people that want to disrespect me on my channel. We're not going to have that here, people. We're not going to have that negative energy here. For real, for real. So let's move on from that, shall we? So basically, I'm gonna tell you like this, guys, is that, you know, guys like Richard Goodson and others basically want to troll my channel. They want to say something disrespectful and negativity. And all the moderators, you see guys like him that want to troll and disrespect my channel, just block them, delete them, just get rid of them. Do what you have to do, because we don't want to have no negative energy here, none. So anyway, do you have any other questions, comments, concerns? You know, because I may just leave this live stream in a few minutes. Sorry, guys. Um, but basically, we're not gonna have no negativity here. We ain't got time for that. So if you see like anybody like him out there, that's basically disrespectful in the chat room, or moderators, do what you do, block them, delete them, get rid of them, because we don't have no negativity here on my live stream, none. Captain PY2, you absolutely right, brother, because they know that when we talk about police involved shootings of unarmed black people, but then they try to find, like, go other channel. Oh, he had a gun. They want to put it in content creators' faces. Okay, now Keith Weston said she had a gun. Was it Photoshop? Well, I just said she didn't have a gun. Okay, like again, like now this is from one of the police body cam videos that the prosecution has released, that it was her with that gun in her hand, trying to run away from police. So basically, here's even more kicking on that, right? They never released a body cam video of the incident. And the activist, as well as the mother of the girl who got shot, wants those videos released. And they haven't released a body cam video of the incident yet. So, this is crazy. This is really, really crazy. So, if the prosecutor had the picture of the girl and ran from police or whatever, shouldn't they release the body cam video as well? That's common sense, right? I mean, they should at least release the body cam video, and everybody will see, say, okay, now we get why police did what he did. But they haven't even released the body cam video yet. Only the picture of that she had a gun and blah, blah, blah. They did not even release the body cam video yet. And even a witness said she didn't have a gun. So, again, we really don't know who, or they want to protect these police officers, whatever is going on. But now they have these people all of a sudden. So yeah, because if the police go see the still shot release, if you can. So realistically, ladies and gentlemen, that the truth of the matter is that if they really sure that she had a gun on her, why haven't they released the body cam video of the incident yet? That's just common sense, right? Why haven't they released the body cam video? They had the picture. Y'all sure she had a gun? Why haven't they released the body cam video? See, so yeah, this is going to be a continuation of this. But so that's how I feel about it. If you sure that she had a gun on her, and you say that it's clear that that's her with the gun in her hand by the prosecutor attorney in Kansas City, then release the video too. Release the body cam video as well. I'm just saying. Okay, D-Love said one of her ankle is not in the photo, and that they said they found the on in the parking lot after the chase. Interesting. That's really it's really an interesting story, y'all. So okay. She said one of her ankle. Oh, you can say one of a gun is not in the photo. Oh, D Love, you said it's one of the gun is not in the photo. Is that what you're saying? That there's no gun in the photo? Because remember when this incident happened, even a witness who did the video said that they saw she run away from the cops. They say that she took off, run away from the cops, and that's what the cops shot her. That's what the original thing said. And then she told the police, because we thought she was pregnant, whatever, and they shot her 5 times in the back. Then they said that they found a gun inside the car. Now all of a sudden they saw the gun that she ran. She had a gun with her. Oh, she's correcting. Okay. It said that, yeah, they said they mentioned that the gun was found in the car. Exactly. And then the prosecuting attorney said that she had a gun while she was running. So which is it? Did she had a gun with her or didn't she had a gun with her? She even told one of the officers that the gun was in the car. See, there's still some unanswered questions about this case. Because if they really sure about the gun, um, they should have body cam video of the entire incident from the beginning. They still haven't released it yet. You notice that. And that's why the activists in Kansas City and the mother of the woman that got shot basically asked to release the body cam video. And they haven't done it yet. They only showed a picture of expected the girl that had a gun on her hand. They not even release the body cam, and that's all they asked is to release the body cam video. They haven't even done that yet. So we really don't know what happened, and so we really, I don't know if that's before, and that's another thing. Did the girl charge the officer with that gun, or did the girl run away with the gun in her hand? Because the thing of it is that if she ran away from officers, she's no longer a threat. If she run, I'm just saying, if she run, it's like she run away from officers or whatever. But the thing of it is, because I've been seeing stories like this all the time, that when white suspects having guns, you see they even shot at them. In fact, they try to do what they can to de-escalate the situation. But now all of a sudden, oh, you got a gun. That's a threat. She's a threat. Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely basically okay. Let me go back. I'm trying to read one of you guys are saying. Okay, D Love says they could remove her bae at the hospital. I don't trust it. Footage, please. I agree. I agree very much so. I'm definitely agree. They should at least release the footage, release the body cam video. That's what all the activists were talking about. That's what the mother of the victim was talking about. Release the body cam video. All we see is just a picture. And all of a sudden, people jumping down and say, oh, yeah, she got a gun, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Captain PY2 said, I can't remember what state this happened in, but a judge refused to allow video evidence of a 51-year-old brother being mauled to death of a cop's dog. I think I heard about that story too, Captain PY2. I think it happened like months ago. I remember that story, and yeah, the judge even refused to even want to release that video. See, this is why I said that a lot of people want to jump in conclusions and not wait until the entire situation comes out. And so the thing of it is that yeah, the prosecution in this case released that picture of expecting the girl to carry that gun. But they haven't released a body cam video of the entire incident yet. And what are they waiting on? It's crazy at the end of the day, y'all. It is really, really crazy. I remember that the thing of it is that I posted a video, and I think that's why I got blocked from Instagram and I think from YouTube as well, showing an Indian American child being bullied by a white child. And I think someone shadow banned my video, and that's why they put a copyright strike on YouTube, and I think they block it on Instagram because of that. But at the end of the day, they can block it, whatever. You can't hide from the truth. You can't hide from real stories. But at the end of the day, ever since I posted on Twitter, there's a lot of Indian Americans retweet my tweets, love my tweets, and everything else. Um, Robin said, I was wondering if that was done on purpose. Y'all know gun is buzzword, especially right now. But yeah, this is to me is going to be interesting to see what happened. And I'm telling you this right now that the prosecuting attorney claims that she had a gun. That the reverend, the reverend said she wasn't pregnant. That's according to the article, the Kansas City Star. But they haven't released the body cam video. Okay, Captain PY2, let me scroll back up. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Captain PY2. I accidentally delete your message. That was my fault. Repeat what you said. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was trying to scroll. I was trying to scroll up the let me see if I can bring that messages up. Okay, I say Twitter. Did you see the little cave admitting that he wanted to be a murderer when he grows up? No, Captain PY2, I didn't see that, and I apologize that I accidentally erased your message. My fault. My bad. No, I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen it. But the point I'm making is this: is that why can't they release the body cam video if they really sure that she had a gun, that she run away from the situation with the gun in her hand? If the prosecuting attorney show an image of that, why haven't they released the video yet? And that's what everybody wants. Release the body cam video. But I digress. So, is there anything y'all? Is there any questions y'all want to ask? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that little boy. Okay, yeah. Now I remember that 8-year old child said he wants to be a. Yeah, I remember exactly what he said. Yeah, yeah. But so Keith Weston said they docker up footage. I'm gonna tell you straight up, y'all. It's just gonna be really interesting to see what's gonna happen. And okay, D Love, I tell you what, give me the link of that video you was telling me us about so I can check it out, and I would love to see it. I would love to see it. But at the end of the day, this I don't know why I have moths in my house. I don't know how they got in here. Um. Okay, she said that she will. She'll send the link. Um. But ladies and gentlemen, you know, we live in a society that we need to basically um trying to come together throughout the situation. We know that we've been hearing for years that even Dr. John Henry Clark, rest in peace, even said we have no friends. Whatever, Robin. Whatever. Anyway, um, this is why it's important for people. They can hide the truth all they want to, but deep down it's gonna come out. Deep down it's gonna come out. Yeah, whatever, Robin. Whatever. Whatever. Anyway, so here we are. There's more events coming up. Be vigilant and always make sure you have people with you. I mean, because I think myself, Rob, and I, where we got stopped by Robin and I got stopped by a Tennessee State trooper in on a routine traffic stop. And as I mean, Robin pulled out her phone because we don't know what that state trooper would do to us. We don't know what the state trooper would do to us and everything else. So when we stopped by, the state trooper, basically want me to get out of the car. Now I couldn't tell the officer no, but I don't like I said I followed the command, and basically what happened was that once I followed the command, the state trooper told me what's going on, and if it wasn't for Robin's doctor, things would have went left. I would have been on the 11 o'clock news. I would have been on mainstream media news talking about another hashtag. If it wasn't for Robin's doctor letting her know we're on our way, and she did it. The phone call that my wife and her doctor did was in front of the state trooper, let her know we're telling the truth. But if it wasn't for that, things would have went left. That's true. Things would have went completely left. So we definitely need to be very careful. There's been incidents that happen across America dealing with police officers across this country with routine traffic stops, and it's sad, y'all. I mean, it's literally sad that I've been through a lot when it comes to these state troopers. Even when I was 17, you know, the biggest fear was the incident in Kansas. I already told you about my mentor and myself when I was on the Information Man show. I explained to them what happened. The same thing what happened with the Delaware State University lacrosse players when they got stopped by Georgia State police there. It happened to me in Kansas as well when we was on our way helping a colleague move his furniture to Denver, Colorado, and I was 17. The difference is that we have to follow the Kansas State troopers to their headquarters and let them do it again. And Delaware State University lacrosse players don't have to do that. So it's crazy. I mean, it's just literally crazy. But anyway, is there any other questions you would like to ask me? Of there stories that you want to bring up? D Love. I'm definitely going to find that story about the incident, the mass shooting that you talk about in North Carolina. I haven't heard anything about it until you said something. So I'm going to check it out once I finish this live stream. I'm doing information with that. But yeah, it's crazy. Okay, she said it just happened tonight. Yeah, I'm going to check it out. Definitely going to check it out. Once I finish this live stream, I will check it out, and I will do. Um, I would do a story about that. Um, Robin said these state troopers need to be sued for that. Well, the Delaware State. Okay. D Love just said in a video by a bystander, did you see the police kick away? Hold up. Okay, I think she's talking about the Kansas City situation. D Love, is that from the Kansas City situation? Because it's kind of interesting when they even talking about that. Because we all talking about, did she? I mean, now they said that she had a gun, but then she said that the gun was inside the car. And then if that was the case, if she had a gun in possession, why? Like I said, I'm keep repeating myself over and over and over again. Release the damn body cam video. If y'all really sure she had the gun, release the video. He said in a video by the bystander, did you see the police kick away a gun from her? Yeah, I'm asking because I maybe okay. So we really don't know what happened, and at the end of the day, because remember, she claimed she was pregnant, right? And then she said she couldn't. The officer told her to get on the ground. Now I know they said that. They said get on the ground. She said no because at that time she was pregnant and she couldn't get on one because she might hurt her baby, whatever. Now the reverend in this story said that she's not pregnant at all. There's so many conflicting stories that's out there. We really don't know what the truth is. We really do not know what the truth is, whether she's telling the truth or not. Oh man. But y'all, it is very crazy right now. So so the thing of it is that we don't. Yeah, she said, yeah, you're right. We don't know what the truth is. Yeah, because there's so much conflicting stories. One of the witnesses says she witnessed her run away from police. And that's when they shot her 5 times. The reverend said that she wasn't pregnant. When people earlier said she was pregnant. Another thing that said she had a gun in her hand. By attorneys, when they released a picture of the quote unquote body cam video, but there's no video been released yet. We really don't know who's telling the truth or who's not telling the truth. That's why we have to wait and see, see how it plays out. But but she was charged with possession of a handgun. Excuse me, possession of a handgun. Okay, so D Love said that's the picture she's gonna send to us. Okay, she's gonna send a link of the incident in Kansas City when she was talking about the whether she had a gun or she don't have a gun. And this is really important because there's been conflicting statements happening when it comes to that situation. It's been conflicting because one person said that she was pregnant, other one said she wasn't pregnant. One person said she had a gun, the other person said she didn't have a gun by running away when she got shot 5 times in the back. We don't, again, like I said, once she sent the link, we can just take a look at it and and then we decide it for ourselves who said what. Because remember, I did a story 2 years ago. The same Kansas City police officers killed a black man at a convenience store, and so we come to Kansas City police. Here's the thing with Kansas City police. A lot of people don't know about. They also got corruption in the police department. So we don't basically know if they said it's true or what they said is not true. Obviously, they're basically you see as a black man at a convenience store. Kansas City police officers trying to arrest him, they beat him and they accuse him of resisting and all of that, and they killed the brother. So that's one thing about Kansas City police. We don't really know. It's so much corruption in the police department. We don't even know what really happened. So yeah, this is just crazy. But obviously, you have situations like that out there, and we don't know who's telling the truth or who isn't. I'm just reporting what's been out there, and all of a sudden, all these people want to come to my chat and comment about, well, she had a gun, he had a gun, he had a gun. And then I saw the story finally from the Kansas City Star that they had a picture of her with a gun in her hand. But then you still have to think back of if she did have a gun in her hand and you felt that she was a threat to officers, why haven't you released a body cam video of the incident? If you really sure, and this is why I said sometimes when dealing with a police corruption, it is basically you don't really know you're going to believe what the officers say or you don't. So at the end of the day, you have a picture there, but where's the body cam video? You say you go because they came that we're gonna release the body cam video. When? We're still waiting on it. But anyway, I'm gonna try to see if I get more information about this story because they said that she did have a gun and blah blah blah. And then there's some people commenting, well, if you wasn't that stupid and all of that, you would. First of all, I had no idea there has been an update of that until I read the article from the Kansas City Star. That's the only reason how I know about because you know when you have people out there that want to debunk my story, they claiming that they know more than me. And so it's crazy. Yeah, I don't listen. Yeah, D-Lo, I don't listen to those trolls. I ain't got time to listen to them. That's why I told y'all. If I do a live stream, because I know most of y'all are my moderators. If you see them acting ignorant, y'all know what to do. Handle it. Block them. Get rid of them. Um. So yeah, get rid of them. Yeah. So that's important because they try to debunk. They try to troll your channel, and here's what's so funny about it. We never troll their channel or debunk what they do. What are they doing on that channel? This is my question to some of y'all. Why we never debunk, we never troll their channels. So why do they trouble our channels? Why they troll our channels? Debunk us. We don't go to them. They go to us. They come to us. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting of what's gonna happen. And okay, D Love said they come all the way over to disrupt and distract because you telling facts. That's true. But now we as content creators has a right to now to get rid of them. We can literally get rid of them if if they're creating problems. And we can report to YouTube about them trolls. My question is, will YouTube, stop them? I don't think so. Make sure you like this live stream, share this live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Um, because again, I haven't been on YouTube live in so long. I haven't been on live streams in a long time. But yeah, I want you guys to, follow me on my social media. I doubt that as well, Keith. I really do. I really doubt they basically going YouTube will stop them because basically they basically part of them. Some of them are. So let's see if I can find. Let's see. Okay, so I'm trying to find PY2 and a trying to find what PY2. Uh-oh. Is PY2 still on here? Yeah, make sure you like my live stream, share this live stream, and subscribe. If you have friends and you have friends, please subscribe my channel. Like it, subscribe my channel. I will greatly appreciate it. I need much love that I can get because you can't get the stories in the mainstream media like you do here. So make sure you like, click, and subscribe my YouTube channel. But yeah, guys, It's starting to get crazy now. But do you have any other questions? I mean, do you have any questions, comments, concerns? Um, I'm definitely surprised that Peter Spencer just disappeared. Wow. Wait, I noticed that too. Peter's. I think for those of you who don't know who Peter Spencer is, he's with the white nationalists who always speaks in meetings and everything else. He's part of the white nationalists, and I'm surprised we haven't seen him since. But yeah, it is basically about that time. I haven't seen Captain PY two. Did I accidentally delete him out? Didn't accidentally. I accidentally didn't delete his comment accidentally because I was trying to scroll up and accidentally hit one of the buttons and it delete his comment. So I'm gonna see if he's still in here. But y'all, um, in the next few more minutes, if there's no comments or questions, I'm just gonna go and end the live stream and try to do information about. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, now. Okay, thanks, Keith, for telling me this. I don't even know what I'm talking about. You're right, the Jamaican guy who was lynched in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I remember that story. I don't even know why I even. I'm so sorry. It's so much stories that I completely forgot about. It's some stories I completely forgot. But yeah, I remember that story. The Jamaican immigrant that disappeared with her friends, and yes, I thought it was Richard Spencer. Thank you, D-La. I thought it was Richard Spencer, not Peter. I'm so sorry, y'all. I am so sorry. Yeah, it was. I thought you were talking about him, but yeah, Peter Spencer. Yeah, I remember the Jamaican guy, the Jamaican immigrant, who was with his friends and with his white friends, his white co-workers, I remember. And he was at the woods, and we haven't heard from him since. We haven't heard from him. He was reported he was missing for the last couple. I think last couple of. I think it was like few. I think it was like happened months ago, and they was looking for him, and turns out he was lynched, and they didn't understand what happened to him. So yeah, I remember that story. I just got. Okay, let's see. Okay, um, trying to read what this person said. Okay, Valiant Thor. I haven't. Okay, random channel surfing. Okay, welcome to my live. But anyway, y'all. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I got the name mixed up. Yeah, I had the name mixed up. You're absolutely right. But yeah, I remember that story though about the Jamaican immigrant who was with his white coworkers. They were drinking and went to the woods, and they haven't seen him since until later on they found him lynched. And his case exactly his case was disappeared, and they never bring it up. They still keep silent what really happened to the brother. You know. So I remember that story. I remember that case. But yeah, so in about the next few minutes, I'll probably sign off this YouTube live, and I'm going to do a story about the incident in North Carolina that D Love was referring to. Oh, I don't understand. I'm sorry. My God, I don't know why this this I don't know where this come from. This is so funny. This is funny. I have moths in my house, and I didn't know where it came. I didn't open the door or anything. This literally comes inside. Maybe there's a vent inside or something. But yeah, I agree. Now let me ask you all a question. And this is my life story. Now, I heard through the grapevine that Reverend Al Sharpton was an informant, like a governmental informant, and he was ratting on the mob. He was ratting on everybody. I think years back. They just brought it up. I think now, and I was just wondering. Y'all heard about that story because I got a story to tell you about Al Sharpton that I was on his show. Well, I was going to tell you about the show. I don't know if y'all remember Keeping It Real with Al Sharpton. I want everybody to ask, have y'all heard about him being an informant? And and again, this is important for you guys to know about this because I have a story about what happened with Al Sharpton and my when I had trying to talk to about my family being murdered. For those of you that didn't know what happened, believe it's in 2013, if I'm not mistaken, 2012, 2013. Um, Both of my uncles were murdered by a white neighbor in West Virginia. Um, what so here's what happened. Garrick Hopkins and Carl Hopkins were brutally murdered by a white neighbor. Garrick Hopkins, showing my other uncle Carl Hopkins Sr. the property they was about to get, and it's a predominantly white neighborhood, right? So basically, without warning, without warning, he didn't call the police or nothing. He was accusing them of going to his property, but it turned really there's a shed in the property. It's between the property, but on the really on one of my uncle's side of the property, right? So one of my uncles showed the shed of where it's on that side of that property. So without warning, without calling the police, this neighbor, and yes, he's a racist neighbor by the way, he grabs a shotgun, shot and killed both of them in cold blood in broad daylight. And with my family's case, we didn't get no justice either. And turns out that he was too incompetent to stand trial, and he spent the rest of his life in a mental hospital instead of prison. That situation changed my life forever. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. So that the families don't go through what my family went through. I mean, the thing of it is that it's really sad that we can't get justice for the people that murdered my family. And some of the family members have that same scenario. So I was on. I called in the Reverend Al Sharpton show, which is Keeping It Real, and I was telling them what happened to my family because they started to basically they started to talk about this case. So Al Sharpton saying that we this is what he said. He said that he cannot take the call without the lawyers know about it. Well, in the back of my mind, I was like, well, wait a minute. I'm one of the family members, so why can't you take the call? Instead, he said he's going to let the producers interview me. Like, what? The producers? So, when that happened, I said, I hung up the phone. I ain't got time for this. Because I could have gave the information they needed to know what happened. And they did not even really, I mean, I was on the air, but they said, well, we'll talk to the family attorney to make sure, blah, 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 blah. But I was like, wow, okay. And so I did not talk to, really, I hung up. I didn't talk to Reverend Sharpton since that phone call, that interview that we had where he was on the show Keeping It Real. Because I could have told him what happened because I got the information. He just did not want me to be a part of his show. It is what it is. But anywho, this is the reason why I'm doing this. This is the reason why I'm doing our podcast, my YouTube, my I used to do a talk show called Blog Talk Radio with Information Man with my co-host. Um, that's the reason why I'm doing this because when that happened to my family, I made a promise that I don't want any other family members go through what my family went through. So this is to me personal and still is going on today. It's still going on today with family members losing people for no reason. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, if you have family and friends, tell them that you love them every day because you never know what could happen next. I mean, I had a bad state at the time until my aunt wrote me on Facebook Messenger, told me about what happened to my uncles, and I saw a local West Virginia newspaper, and I saw a local media outlet talking about it. There's some media's talking about it. The only people that talk about it was Fox News, and the only reason why Fox News was talking about my family's case is Barack Obama let's put I mean get put that in his face. But I agree. The mainstream media should have talked about this case as well. They talk about Trayvon Martin's case, Tamir Rice case, Mike Brown case, but they never once talked about my uncle's case. Not once. Fox News did, which is surprising, but not MSNBC. Now, some people on MSNBC did talk about, but just a little bit of content. And I think and the people talking about that's not race related. Oh yes, there is race related. You live in a predominantly white neighborhood, and one of the witnesses in that local video claiming that her kids was running through his yard. They didn't do nothing to the kids, but they did a lot to my uncles. So in a predominantly white neighborhood, and the attorneys, for those of you that know, I think made a deal with my family members saying, let's not make this a race issue, blah blah blah. Let's make it like a incident. Basically, it was an actual, or like a incident happened, but let's not make it a race issue. Because the real reason why they don't want that to happen. They don't want no worldwide attention of what happened. They already did it with Trayvon. They already did it with Mike Brown, Tamir Rice, and others. They don't want to make it a bigger issue. But this is double homicide, not just one homicide, double homicide. but they don't want to make it a bigger issue. They don't want Black Lives Matter in that town protest. They don't want none of that in that town. That's mainly the reason why they just tell them let's not make it a race issue, because they know it'll be a big headline. It'll be all mainstream media will talk about it then. But the thing is that Information Man is in the building. Information Man, thank you, brother, for two. That is my right hand man right there. Info and I, we've been together we've been riding on this together for what, 15? I mean, it's what, 13, now it's 15 years. 15 years. Info and I are together for 15 years. It was 13, but I forgot the 2 years we haven't been on shows together. But it's definitely 15 years that Info and I have been knowing each other behind the scenes. We've been very, very close. And that's why I said me and him going to be riding. We're still riding today. And the incident that happened, Information Man knows about it. Matter of fact, we didn't talk about it on our program about what happened to my uncles. And they haven't had enough mainstream media platform of what happened in that incident. So this is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm talking about every cases with police involved shootings, with racist people killing unarmed black people. I'm doing this because, again, it happened to me. This is personal to me. And I told you, I'm trying to make stories that I don't want family members to go through what my family went through and what other families are going through now. And so this is personal. And I'm telling you like this, guys, this is really, really personal. That's why I said that we as a people, we ain't got time for no black men, black women fight. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got no black men versus black women, because this is much more bigger than that. Much more bigger. They killing us one by one. And they making a statement. When a Buffalo shooter who had a manifesto that says, quote, that the organization is in the millions and the groups out there are in the thousands, you think about it. You think about it. You got so much white supremacists in politics, in criminal justice system, even in like everyday lives, like working in a fast food restaurant. Anybody could be a white supremacist. We don't even know nothing about it. This is real. And this is why I say I don't respect Reverend Al Sharpton to this day. After what he did, not allow me to talk about this story about what happened to my family, and say that he wanted to get a family attorney, that is straight disrespectful. And that's why when they tell let the producers talk to you, this is what happened. Let the producers talk to you, or let the producers talk. I hung up after that. I ain't got time for that. So to me, I ain't got time for. This is why I said when it comes to Al Sharpton, and all the leaders, we can't trust them like that. We can't. We gotta trust in ourselves and prove what's right. I mean, the thing of it is that they hate the fact that we put truth out there, and now since the people are listening to us, they're trying to shut us down. So it's important for people to understand that life is too short, that we as a black community need to be loving each other instead of hating on each other, because at the end of the day, we all we got. We all we got. And you remember what John Henry Clark always says: we don't have no friends. And we don't. All we have is us, each other. That's all we have. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to end this live stream. Say podcast. I'm about to end this live stream because I'm gonna go ahead and do a story about another mass shooting in North Carolina that D Love we're talking about, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my YouTube channel. So follow me on my social media, ladies and gentlemen, as well as subscribe my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter at the Real Lions Den. Follow me on my Instagram at the underscore real underscore lions underscore den number 2. Also follow me on my TikTok at Lions Den 44 for more news and commentary. I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys from stopping by. Information man, thank you especially because basically you was a busy man, and normally you were busy with a lot of stuff, but you taking time off your busy schedule to check me out, and I appreciate it a lot, man. I appreciate it, brother. And we will talk soon. We definitely will talk soon. But with that being said, I love you guys. Stay safe. Be prepared. Watch each other's backs. And I will talk to you in my next live stream. And I love you guys. Stay safe. Take care, guys. Deuces.